Could in the previous session or previous classes, we discussed about the Python. Now you are going to know about the Selenium with the Python. What is a Selenium and how can you use the Python for writing the scripts? That means we will discuss those concepts. Here, the first important topic is here. What is a Selenium? Why are you using this particular Selenium with the Python? Here, Selenium is an open source testing tool. That means open source testing tool in the sense it's freely available in the market. That means you can download that one and then use that one your wish. That means without paying any money, you can download from the internet. You can use that Selenium. That's why you will prefer the Selenium for automating the test, where they have some other options also available, like a qtp, like for testing purposes you have some other options are there. You will use the Selenium is a tool for testing the web application. Web application in the sense, how can you represent the web application? For example, if you open the anything, for example, google google.com, this is a web page. In order to identifying the in this particular web page, for example, this is a one element. For example, you write something here, this is another element, this is a button, this is another element, this is another element. Here in the web application, each and every one is a call it as an element. That is, in order to interacting with these elements, in order to testing the web application, you will use a this particular Selenium. This particular you will use this particular Selenium. That is that for that purposes you will use a Selenium. Selenium is a functional testing tool. That means in order to verifying the functionality of software, you use the this particular Selenium. It's compatible with the non-functional testing tools also. That is the main purpose. You will use the Selenium. And then some of the other important ones, Selenium used for automation of testing. For example, in the previously you have some idea about the manual test cases. That means you prepare the manual testing and then you prepare the manual testing with the Excel sheet or something else. Here, those information tested by using automation. That means Selenium is one of the most popular automation testing. Automation testing in the sense, you that means without man, that means without interaction of man. That means the script in the sense, you will write some program. With the program, you automatically test the web pages automatically. That means you will perform in the with the help of only a program, you can test the software. That is called here automation testing. The manual testing in the sense, the human, you can test the some software or something else. But here in this case, without a human, you can perform some test cases. That means by using some program or by using some script. That is called here automation testing. Automation testing is a process of converting the manual test cases into test scripts. Test scripts in the sense, some programs using automation tool. That means with the help of Selenium. Selenium is an automation tool. With the help of this particular Selenium, you can write a different test scripts for the manual test cases. That is a main important thing. Why you prefer the Selenium compared to the so many different tools available? Why you prefer the Selenium? Why? Because Selenium is a open source software, one important point. And then the Selenium scripts can be written in any programming language, like a Java. By using Java, Selenium with Java, by using Java, you can write a automation test scripts. And then by using Python, that means you are going to know about the Python. And then C Sharp, and then Ruby, Perl, like any programming language, different programming. With the help of any programming language here, you can develop your test script. That's why you prefer the Selenium. And then Selenium test scripts can be executed in any operating system. For example, presently I am using a Windows operating system. In the particular Windows operating system, you will use a Selenium. And then if you comes to the Mac OS and Linux OS, here any operating, irrespective of any operating system, it supports the Selenium supports any operating system. That is one of the important point here. and then the test scripts can be implemented in different browser. Here you will use a different browser, not a single browser here. So some of the information is there, but not supporting the all browser. But here Selenium supports all different browsers. Google Chrome it supports, Mozilla Firefox it supports, Internet Explorer it supports, Safari also supports. Any kind of browser it supports. That's why I prefer the Selenium. And then Selenium testing tool can be associated with other testing tools like TestNG, JUnit, like some of the other testing tools are there. It supports and generating the test reports. That's why that is the main reason. That is a main these 4 points. Here the first point here, it supports all programming languages, and then it supports all operating system, and it supports different types of browsers, different types of browser. That's why I prefer the Selenium. This is a very important thing. It is a open source. To achieve this testing here, Selenium is integrated with the Maven, Jenkins and Docker testing tools. That means you have to executing these scripts. That means after completion of program, you will do some of the operation. For example, Docker is a cloud related tool. Jenkins, that means you will execute the all scripts for doing purposes. That's why you prefer the this particular Selenium. That's the main reason you will use this particular Selenium. And then Selenium has a 4 different components are there. Here, what are the 4 different components for the Selenium? The Selenium has a 4 different components. These components are the initially the first at the starting stage of Selenium use IDE integrate, that means Selenium integrated development environment. After that they introduce the remote control. Remote control is a now you are using the WebDriver. With the help of WebDriver you can do certain kind of, you can develop a certain kind of scripts. WebDriver is a one class, that class here you will develop in the different scripts. That is the main reason. That means you will, that means in our classes you will discuss about the only WebDriver. Here that means there is IDE is there, the initial stage IDE, remote control also is there, but it's not supporting all things. Here you will discuss one by one. IDE means it is a, that means only Firefox plugin, that means not supporting the all browsers. Here Firefox plugin that allows the tester to record their reactions. That is a main integrated development environment, IDE. Just like IDE means here Eclipse is a one type of IDE for executing the Java program. Like that, they provided some IDE. That's why that is a simple information. The first component, and then second component is a Selenium remote control. Here, what are the advantages of remote control? This is a first automated web testing tool. The first automated web testing tool that allows a user to use programming languages they prefer. That means you can use any programming languages, but it's having some problems. That's why not using this Selenium RC. That means if it is there, you will discuss about the what about the RC, what are the advantages. But you are going to know about the only WebDriver. Here the Selenium WebDriver, it also supports the all different types of programming languages. For example, WebDriver provides a itself to be a better than the Selenium IDE and Selenium remote control in many aspects. That's why you prefer the WebDriver. WebDriver is one of the component. That means this particular sends directly to the web browser. That means web browser and retrieves the results. Here, in case of IDE or RC, you require some server. But here, you don't need any server here. You can directly send a commands to the browser and retrieves the result. Here, WebDriver is a tool for testing the web applications. Here only for testing the web applications. Web application in the sense, for example, any ATM system. For example, Google is a one web application. That means web application is consists of different web pages. For example, if you go to the any programming steps, for example, Infosys. The Infosys is a one web page. That means this page consists of different elements. Here in this case, all are called as a different elements. Like that, you will get it. These are all are the different elements. This is one element. This is another element. Like that, you have a different elements are there. That's in these purposes you will use a Selenium. That means WebDriver for performing the web application. Here, that means that is a popularly known as a Selenium 2.0. That means WebDriver interact directly with the web browser without any intermediate Selenium. Like for example, if you want to interact with the web element, the Selenium RC needs some server, but our WebDriver not need any server. Server means it's also a software here. It takes a request from the client and then process that request and send to the reply to the client. That's the main reason. But you don't need, for the WebDriver don't need any server. You need, that means by WebDriver itself, class itself is send a some requests and then do it. That is a main thing. You prefer that one. The next important one, this is some information regarding the WebDriver. That means some of the advantages, main advantages for the web. When I am using the WebDriver, what are the main advantages? Multi browser testing. Here multi, that means at a time you can browse the different multi browser. That means it will do some operation on this page. After that it will open the another page. It will do some operation on another page. After that it will open the another page, like that. Multi browser. Here multi browser operations. That's why you prefer the Selenium WebDriver compared to the RC. And then handling the multiple frames and then multiple browser windows and then pop-ups and then alerts. That is the main reason I prefer the WebDriver. Is it clear? That means what are the information here? Handling the multiple frames. That means frame in the sense, or how can you represent the frame? That means the window divided into different frames and then multiple browsers, more than one browser. Some of the pop-ups are there, alerts. Some certain cases you will identify the pop-up. If you click the any button here, you will identify some pop-up dialog boxes. Here it is used to navigating the complex pages. Here that's the main reason you will use a this particular WebDriver. It means the advanced navigation such as a drag and drop. Drag and drop in the sense, for example, drag and drop dialog boxes are there. Drag and drop boxes are there. For example, selecting the n number of cities are there. Most probably selecting the country India. At the time if you click that box or button, you will identify the different countries. That's called here drag and drop. That is the main reason. And then Ajax, that means this is another concept based UI elements. Here that's why you will use Selenium WebDriver. And then coming to the another one, the fourth component. You have a fourth components are there. First component WebDriver, the IDE, RC, WebDriver, and then grid. The fourth important component in this case, the Selenium grid. That means nowadays you are using, that means it's going to run. That means in order to performing the, in order to running the parallel test at a time. That means it is a tool used to run the parallel test across the different missions and different browsers simultaneously. At a time you will run the parallel test. For that purposes you will use a this Selenium grid. Here that is the main reason that you will use the. Now I am going to explaining something about the WebDriver. I think, is it clear that this is an introduction about the Selenium, the configuration about the Selenium. That means how can you, what are the information if you want to execute the Selenium program, what are the requirement for that one? Here you need some requirement. First you should install the Python on Windows. That means I am using the Windows system. That's why first I'm going to install in the Python. Already you know very well about the Python. How can you do that one? Previously you have a certain idea about one. For example, how can you download the Python program? Directly go to the python.org. Python.org. Directly go to the python.org. There is a download button is there. There you prefer any. That means, for example, if you comes to the now Python 3.1.10.0. That means when I am using the 3.7.3 version. If you click on the download here, you will identify the different versions. Here you have a different versions are there. You prefer whatever may be the version. That means I am using 3.7.3 version. That means some of the systems supporting the latest versions. Some they require the requirement is more. I am using 3.7.3 version. You may download any one of the version. Click on download here. Click on download here. If you click on download, it will open like this. Here it will open. After click on this, already you have some idea about this one. First install the Python programming. If you click on this one, you will having the Selenium Python like this. Here it will open the Python like this 3.7.3. If you click on click on this one, it will ask us some next. After that, you will execute this program. That is the first step in a Python. That means first you have to install the Python. Whether that means after that whether installed or not, in the sense you have to verify that one. How can you verify? If you click that one, yes, Python, you have to verify with the Python version, or directly you will go to the command prompt. This is a Python version, Python 3.7.3 version, 7.3. That means I used that one previously. I installed that one. I used that. But most of the thing here, next. After that, it will install. No problem for us. After that, you have to install the Selenium library. Here, how can you install the this particular Selenium libraries? Here, what are the way for installing the Selenium libraries? Here, for installing the Selenium libraries, you directly go to the this Selenium Python some website is there. From there, you can get it that one. Yeah, Selenium library. That means how can you install that one? Directly you click on the already Python install. You go to where you install the Python. If you want to know about the installing the Python, directly go to the file location. There you will identify this one. Open cmd command prompt. If you open the command prompt, there you will type the pip pip install Selenium. Pip install Selenium. Then it will install that one. If you need more information about this one, there is a documentation also available for that one. For how can you install the Python, installation of Python with this one, what are the way for installing the Python. Here if you write like this, then the installation is over. That means pip install upgraded, already here is there upgraded. That means the installation process of that is the second step. What is the second step? Install the Selenium library in Python. How can you install the Selenium library in Python? If you install the Python, after that you will type like this Selenium. What are the command you are going to type in here? Pip install Selenium. That means this is a installation process. If you have any error, that means if you have any trouble with this pip install, if you install like this, automatically Selenium library will install. Go to below steps. You are not able to install with the pip command. If you have any error, it's not having any error here, no problem, automatically install. If you have any error here, you will directly go to this is a way for installing the these Selenium libraries. Go to this website pyp.or some files are there. Go to this website. That means I'm going to this particular website. Go to this website. From this website, you directly install the Selenium. Here you have to install like this. You directly install the Selenium. Some versions are there. You directly install the any kind of version. Here downloads files. In the particular download file, you can download that one. After downloading that one, unzip the file, and then that means no problem for that one, automatically execute. If you type pip install, automatically execute that one, pip install selenium, pip install selenium. That means you are using pip version 19.0.3. However, the version is available. You want to consider upgrade this one, you can upgrade like this, python -m pip install upgrade, like this. If you do like this, you can upgrade that one latest version. I don't need latest version, that's why this one. Okay, if you want to do uh, that means it's having not having any problem, no need to consider the second version. If you have any problem with this one, you have to consider this one. Like this, you have to install. You go to this site, from this site you have to download the file. After downloading this file, unzip the file. After unzip the file, you will see the below different files. That means no need to do anything here, only unzip the file. This is a setup file. After that, you have to run the python setup dot file dot install. Then you can install the selenium library. If you want to check whether installed or not, there is a command, import a selenium, import selenium. Then you can get it, this information. And then you have to verify the version also, selenium dot version underscore version. And then that is a important step. I think, is it clear? First, install the this particular python for the windows. Install the python for the windows. In the previous step you discussed that one. After that, install the selenium libraries, whatever may be the libraries you have, those selenium libraries. How can you install the selenium libraries? By using a simple command is there. One is a pip install selenium. Enough, pip install selenium. That is a second step. In that second step, you have to install that means you have to install some of the drivers here. A driver, that means whatever may be the driver, you, that means you required in the particular step, you required some drivers. What are the drivers? Already I told you, different drivers. It supports the different drivers. It supports the Chrome driver. Most number of programs I can execute with the help of only Chrome driver. Okay, that means you will use any driver, id driver, Firefox driver, any driver. That means you will use any kind of driver. How can you execute the, how can you install those drivers? Like, first go to this website, or directly you can get it, no problem. Go to this website. For example, I'm going to downloading the this particular drive, anyone. That means I have so many drivers are there. Which driver I'm going to selecting? For selecting that kind of driver here, you have a, that means verify in the Google Chrome version. For the Chrome drivers, open the, that means how can you verify that one? That means whatever may be the support the Chrome for in your system, for that system only you can download it. Here, how can you get to go to Chrome? Yes, I go to Chrome, and then go to right click, right top, and click these buttons are there, right top. For example, I'm going to, here is there, this dot buttons. Is it clear? Dot buttons are there. After that, what is the next thing here? Customize and control the Google Chrome. There is a help button, customize and control. Double three clicks are there. There, customize and control Google Chrome. What is that one? Google Chrome and help about the Google Chrome. You have to verify that one. Customize and control Google Chrome, help, go to help about the Google Chrome. Then here you will identify the supported version. See here, 94.0 like this. This is a 64 version. There you will identify, you will find the Chrome driver version. For example, version 89 point something is there, official. That means here I am using, what is the version here? For that version only you have to download. For example, it is a version, That means which version I'm going to downloading here. 94 point. See here. Our Google version, what is the version? 94.0. If for example it is a 93, you may download any one of the version. Is it clear or not? That means Chrome version is a very important one. 64. Type download Chrome version 89. If it is a version like this 89, our version is a 94. Here our version is a 94, 94.0 point something. That's why I'm going to downloading this driver. That means based on that only you have to download the Chrome driver. That means 30-bit Chrome driver, 30-bit. That means it takes a 5 MB, no need. That means directly download, no problem. After downloading, you have to extract that one. After extracting, you will find the you have to place the same path, whatever may be the files you are having. For example, PyCharm, where I'm using the PyCharm, in that PyCharm only I supported documents. For example, yeah. After downloading, you have to place the Google Chrome driver in a certain place. For example, our programs are existed here. Directly Chrome driver. This particular Chrome driver I placed it here. Chrome driver. Directly I placed, no problem. That means if you place the driver in a somewhere else, you have to give the path. In order to eliminating that one, you will use this driver. Is it clear? The second step, installation of Selenium libraries. After installation of Selenium libraries is this process. First step, installation of Selenium library. Install the Selenium by using this pip command. After that, you have to install the Chrome driver. How can you install the Chrome driver? Go to this site. That means I can give the documentation, no problem. Go to this site. After that, you can download this one. After that, how can you execute these programs here? There is a file name, Python file name. If you using the command prompt, if you using command prompt, the next step, important step in this case, the third step here is a download and install the PyCharm. Download and install the PyCharm. How can you download and install the PyCharm? No need to go, directly go to PyCharm download. Simply go to PyCharm download. It's having the jetbrains.com. Here directly click on this one, PyCharm. Already in the previous class we discussed that one. The PyCharm takes a 400 MB the file size. It takes more time. Okay, it is taking more time. That means you have to install. In the previous section also, at the time of explaining the Python, at the time I explained about how to install the PyCharm. Okay, go to that website. It takes some time. Yeah, go to this website. After that, not go for the professional version. That means it is a try version. After 1 month, it's going to expire. Here, first you have to click the Windows and then go to community version. Download the community version. It is a freely available, free, built on the open source. That means you will download the community version, free version, not a professional version. Okay, free. Download this version. Click on download this one. If you click on download, the file appears like this. If you comes to this one here, for example, the softwares are there. After downloading this one, PyCharm. Yes, Python driver. Okay. Okay, it is somewhere else is there. That means click on download that one. After that, next. For installation process, appear next. In Java, in Python programming, the first video in the Python program, first video I explained about the installation process of PyCharm also. The installation process of PyCharm. Here, first click on this one, download this file. After downloading this file, here execute this one. If you execute this one, this is called here PyCharm. This is a simple PyCharm. That means after installation of PyCharm, you will get the some desktop file like this. Here you will get the desktop file like this. This is a desktop file. If you click on this one, you will get the PyCharm like this. Okay, is there any doubt about this one up to this? This is a way you can install the PyCharm. Here, after creating the PyCharm, you have to go to new. First, create a new project. Here, give any name for that project. Already have some project running on my system. One project, Python project. Now, Python project 1. That means create that one. Then it will create the project. Simply creating the project. Okay, after creating the project, you are going to new. You have to simply create a Python file. That means this particular Selenium programs are executed with the Python file. For example, you will give a name. Already UMA2 is there, UMA3. That is a Python file. Only you will give UMA3. Then it will take a certain information. Is there any doubt about this one? This is a, after that, run and validate the script. You know very well about that one. Here, if you have any script, write script, you will run by using run command. Okay, these are all steps. That means what are the required for this one? Okay, if you have any doubt, please ask me. This is the introduction about the Selenium. Okay, okay, it's going to stop.
Clear.
Thank you.
We will join again.